Alright, so yesterday I put up the fish deck profile and I didn't go in depth in it, but today that's what I want to do, go in depth, show everything combos, so let's get right into it. When you realize the deck wasn't organized and you start the profile, but then you stop and you take 5 minutes to organize it because that'd be nice. So, we're gonna get right into it. I made makeshift tripod, so it should be less bouncy and should work better. It's still gonna be bouncy because it's on the table I'm filming on, but it should be better. So we get through Megalo. This is your main card that you go in for the OTKs. Level 7, 2419. So you discard 2 other water monsters to summon him, which there's a lot. Then when you summon this way, you can add a Abyssal trap card from your deck to your hand. And then you can also tribute one face-up attack from a water monster, and then this card can make a second attack during each battle phase this turn. So, that's amazing. So you send things like Prince, Dragoons, Marksman, Infantry, Gun, and they trigger. And then they get effects, and then those go off. And then you equip them with Abyss Scale, and that's 32, and that's a lot. Then there's the cards that get you to cards, and there's another. Cause this is the best Mermail. This is the second best. This is the Vistius. Vistius just requires to ditch 1, and then you can search for level 4 or lower Mermail monster when he's special summoned. That way, which is great. And then you can only use that effect once per turn. But he's not a sea serpent, so he cannot be searched off of anything in the deck really. Then we have the 3 Neptuvistic Atlantean Prince. This is a combo piece right here. Basically, you can send one Atlantean monster from your deck to your graveyard, except Prince, and then add one. So what I do is I send Dragoons to get Dragoons, then I add Megalo off Dragoons' effect in graveyard. And then if this card is sent to your graveyard to activate a water monster's effect, target one Atlantean monster in your graveyard, set that to Abyss, special summon it. So you tribute this with Megalo, this gets your Dragoons out of graveyard, and then from there you can go places. If you have Diva, you make some synchros, and then if you have that card Instant Fusion, you can make Abyss Dweller, and then you can use Abyss Dweller to charge Dragoons, get another search, and buff up on water monsters. Next up, the card that makes the deck Atlantean Dragoons. When this card is sent to the graveyard to activate a water monster's effect, add one sea serpent monster from your deck to your hand, except Dragoons, and it's not once per turn. So you can loop this card so many times to get through your entire deck. It's great. And then all face level 3 or lower sea serpent time monsters you control can attack your opponent directly. That doesn't come up too much, so it's not really that relevant. Then we have 2 Atlantean Marksmen, an effect that I did use recently, which might be in a profile that I'm going to show you guys probably tonight, or a replay. I'm going to show you guys some dual replays that I was using with this one, but it's a different version of the deck, which is what I'm going to hope to make it into, because I'm fiddling around with it right now. When this inflicts bad damage to your opponent, you can special summon one level 4 or lower Atlantean sea serpent monster from your deck. And then the fact that you actually use is when this card is sent to the graveyard to activate the water monster's effect, target one set card your opponent controls, destroy that target. So this will pop face downs, and then here's heavy infantry, which is you can pop face up cards. And then during your main phase, you can normal summon level 4 or lower sea serpent monster in addition to your normal summon this turn. And like I said, when he's set to activate a water monster's effect, he can destroy a face-up card. Then we have Mermail Abyss Gun. This card is discarded to the graveyard. You can target one Mermail monster in your graveyard, except Abyss Gun, special summon that target. You can use this to loop things back and make rank 7s. Then going into 1-0s and other cards. That's it for the Atlantean. That's it for the main core of the deck. For the last 2 Mermails, sorry, that was my laptop. Last 2 Mermails, Pike and Turge. These cards can steal games because when Turge is normal summoned, you can, or special summon, you can discard one water monster to the graveyard, then target one level 30 lower monster in the graveyard. Water monster, by the way. It's all water monsters, and you can special summon it. So if you top deck this and you have another water monster in hand, go ahead and you can summon that Prince from grave. It's great. And then with cards, normal special summon, you can discard one water monster from your. Excuse me. You can discard one water monster to the graveyard. Add one level 3 or lower water monster from your deck to your hand. Searches, summons. Good in their own respects. Then we have the one Deep Sea Diva. Opening this usually is game, unless they can stop it. If you open that and like Teus and just fodder, this thing summon last after you bait all their stuff and win. One Mystical Flying Space Cat, one Glacier the Elemental Lord. You special summon this guy by having exactly 5 water monsters in your graveyard, and then you rip 2 cards from your opponent's hands and discard them. So this card is, if you do the combo right, you can summon him, and then rip 2 cards from your opponent's hand, and if it's not game then, they're going to be such a disadvantage, it's going to be painful. Leave them top decking. If this card leaves field, also, you have to skip the battle phase your next turn, which really sucks. Moving on to the last of the monsters, we have 2 Gamma-Seal, because he's a kaiju. Rumax. See, I'm going to put Gores in here, and Abyss Lead, because I like them. I just bought them. So you'll see them in the next fish profile I put up. The next IRL profile for this deck that I put up will contain a bunch of goodies. And you'll see them. So that'll be cool. And I already have my Bahamut Shark for when Trade comes out. Then we have 3 Fusion. This can either be the top deck of a life, extend plays, make plays, discards the best card in your deck, so you played at 3. Some people only play the 1 Norden as 1 target. I would definitely play 2 Norden if it was still anything but 1. But we have another target instead, which we'll get to later. 2 Dark Hole, because we want to clear that field. 2 MST. 2 Salvage. 2 Spicy Tech. Soul Charge. 1 for 1. You search this with Nightglow. When this is equipped to a monster, gain damage attack, and then when your opponent activates a spell effect on the field, negate it. Mandatory. Moving on to the extra deck. We're going to start off with the fusions. We got 1,000 Eyes and 1 Norden. These are instant fusion targets. These cards can steal games. Tap instant fusion. You already used your Norden in your big combo. And then you steal your opponent's monster and you attack them for game. That's how that goes. Best card in the extra deck, Dweller. Second best card in the extra deck, or for Xyz wise, number 39. Is 39? No, 37, my bad. Hope. Woven Dragon Spider Trick. When any monster declares attack, you attach 1, all your opponent's monsters lose assassin attack, and then when he's destroyed and sent to the grave, special summon a monster out of the graveyard. It's great. Then we have the 1/1/1, Castiel, Big Eye, and Red Eyes Flare. I'm probably going to cut the 1/1 for a Dark Rebellion Xyz, because I came across a situation today that it would have just been hilarious to have that. Moving on to Synchros. Oh, by the way, I was playing against a community player, and I made this, and he put himself down to 1,000 life points at 1 turn, and then I attacked for game. And this card's just ridiculous. Synchro-wise, we have 1 Tatsunoko, because you can, it's called Synchro Summon monster, we use a Synchro Summon material, as a Synchro material, my bad. You can use 1 monster in your hand as the other Synchro materials. So Trish just became a hell of a lot easier to make. And then it's unaffected by other monster effects, which is nice. It's also adorable. Level 6 is Stardust Charge Warrior. Make this if you need cards. DeLorean. This card's amazing. I love it. What DeLorean does is you can return cards, any number of face-up cards you control, to your hand, and then for each card returned, he gains 500 attack. So you can return stuff, use it again, return stuff you don't want out there. You can return prints if it's still out there, and you can go from there. And he gets attack, and then you can punch stuff. If there's something really big, and you just can't get around it, you just have a field full of monsters, and you can make DeLorean, return stuff, punch it. But there's enough ways to get over things in this deck. Which is kind of why I want to put Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon in, because sometimes if you need to punch something, punch it. Because you're going to need to. And that's a great way to get over it. This deck can already inherently get over Ultimate Falcon. So the only thing we're worrying about is Great Magnus if I'm going against an opponent that has that. Which this tech can get over it too, but if there's a 4K wall like Chaos Max or something that you need to punch, you can do it. Then we have 1 Black Rose Moonlight, 1 Leo, 1 Trishula, then 1 Abyss to round off the extra deck. I keep this card. Well, I keep these 3 set from the extra deck because these are my favorite cards in the extra deck. So I keep them in some sexy mermaid Vanguard sleeves. And like I was saying, if your opponent makes something like Chaos Max, it's going to be really painful. But that's why we main to if I can find it, to this guy. That way you can just get rid of the Chaos Max on demand. We can also do a few other things to get rid of it, I believe. But not much, because since it can't be targeted, nor can it be destroyed. But this is the main problem solver in the deck. So I'm gonna go over the basic combo. I'm gonna go off of just having 1 Prince in hand, and then let's say you also have a Teus and Prince. This is your opening hand. It's going to be a little combo that you can do. First off, if you have any other water monster in your hand to pitch with Teus, pitch it, summon Teus, get a search. What you want to do is summon out your Prince, activate its effect. You're going to send this Dragoon to the graveyard, get this one to hand. The other Dragoons is going to trigger, and it's going to get you out your Megalo that you're going to want. Then, from there, what you want to do, summon a Teus, pitch Dragoons, then you're going to get out another thing. And so you can get like Abyss Gun, or Turge, or Pike if you want. Here's Gun. Get Gun, and then if you have any other water monster in your hand, pitch it, summon Megalo, and then you can go and do some crazy stuff. But mainly what you want to do is summon Prince, send Dragoons to get Dragoons, and depending on what water monsters you have in your hand, you go off. Another cute thing, which is what I'm going to put Abyss Lead in, is for when you summon Neptabyss. Say you already have this in hand, right? And you got this, you can search for the Abyss Lead, right? And if you can get a gun later on, which you should be able to do, I think, because is Gun a Sea Serpent? I don't think so. I think she's Fish or Aqua. I just shuffled. Oh wait, yeah, she's Aqua. What you can do is you can like pitch Dragoons and lead and summon out Megalo, and then if you can get gunned, you can summon out the Abyss Lead, and it's great because then you can use Abyss Lead's effect to target another Mermaid you control, destroy, rip card on the opponent's hand. So you can loop 3 cards and then do a bunch of stuff with this deck. It's great. I recommend playing it because it's hard for me to explain how you do it, how you do stuff. But another thing is when you instant fusion for Norden, bring out Dragoons, and if you detach from Abyss Dweller to activate its effect, Dragoons triggers, and you get to search. It's ridiculous, and I love it. Instant fusion is a blowout. It's best. I'd probably gonna say it's better than in this deck than any other deck this format, because you get a $22. All your water monsters get boosted by 500 OTK potential through the roof, which is why I'm saying like you have Senior Megalo over here out, and you've got the Abyss Scale because you searched it, and you've got him equipped with that. You can just activate Instant Fusion, get Norden out. Where are you? Get Norden, and then you can summon out the Dragoons that you inevitably have in your graveyard, and then boom, you can overlay for your Dweller. Abyss Dweller, there you go. Detach this. Search for any Sea Serpent in your deck. He's at 37, he's at 22. This can punch so many things. But that's it for that profile. I hope you guys enjoyed.